Hey everyone, welcome back. I wanted to follow up with the last live stream that I did. This one is again about the Christmas Wish referral application process. So in the last video I did, I kind of walked through generically the website on where to find kind of like the FAQs about how to apply for Christmas Wish. Um, After receiving a few applications, I'm getting a lot of the same questions. So I thought I would just address it here in a video. So what I'm doing right now is sharing my screen, and this is the Christmas Wish referral application itself. In the last video, I showed you how to get to this, but you just go on refer, or you can go on the Make a Wish button on autismwish.org, and that will bring you to this form here. So what you got to do is just make sure that you're filling out these forms completely. So you'll need to put your email address, you'll have to put your name, and then as you fill out this application, it's going to ask for some basic information. Now, one of the things that we ask is for your child's first name or a nickname. You could put that here. Please don't put the full name. We really want minimal information here, just for your child's safety. So just first name here, and then your child's age can go here. We would like to get a little bit of information about your child. So if your child needs certain things for sensory reasons, or if there's just fun things about him or her, you can put that here. It's just like a little bit of a bio about them. This right here is the information that we will provide to the sponsor. So whoever is thinking about potentially gifting your child, they're going to see this information, and this may or may not be the thing that, convinces them to want to be able to gift your child. So you'll want to include information here on how Christmas Wish can help your child, why you think that these gifts might be helpful for them. Whatever it is that you want that potential sponsor for your child to know, you'll fill that out here. And this, again, this page is what we will be sharing out publicly. It is listed as public on the top, so you will know that when you're filling it out. This next page, this is private information. So this is information we do not share out. So we basically will need confirmation of your proof of diagnosis on this form. We do link to the Make-A-Wish page, for example, of proof of diagnosis and what you have to do, the guidelines that we require. But for the proof of diagnosis, we basically just need your child's name on there, their age or date of birth. We don't actually need the full date. We really just need the year, just to know that they're 17 or under. So you can attach that here, and that is where we will basically be able to go forward and process the application. So I'm just going to upload something random here. Let's upload an Autism Wish logo. And there's different formats. So you should be able to do PDF, PNG, JPEG. Those should all be usable here. Just make sure that that file is not corrupt. We have received some corrupt files and they will not open on our end. So test it out on your computer, make sure it will open. And then once you attach that, we have a proof of age section here. This one is optional if the proof of age is not already included in your proof of diagnosis. So this doesn't have to be filled out if it's included, but if it's not on the same document, then you can put it in separately there. Again, please try to black out any unnecessary information. Sometimes people will send us things like socials or things like that. We do not want that information. Please black that out. We really don't need it, and it's just, again, not secure for your kid to be sending social security information and stuff like that. The next page here, this is a continuation of the proof of diagnosis. So we basically just ask you to confirm that your child has autism or related disability, something like sensory processing disorder, Angelman syndrome, ADHD, things that are very closely related. And then once we scroll down here, you'll see that I included my proof of diagnosis. I think I just forgot to select that, which is why we went back up here. But if you didn't forget to select that, you would have just been able to continue forward. So let's try again. Now, this is the third page here. This is the wish list checklist. So very, very important. We really need you all to make sure that you are actually following all four of these items here. So first is we're going to need you to submit an Amazon wish list link. Now, a wish list link is not the same thing as an Amazon gift registry or baby registry. The registries are not the same. So we need you to actually create a wish list through Amazon. And again, we have tutorials on how to do that on our website on autismwish.org/make-a-wish. And in there you will see how to do this. And what we need is a link that will typically end in this REF share. That's usually how we know that it's the right link, but we will click on it and see if it brings us to the correct link or not. If it brings us to a gift registry or if it's a broken link, we will basically send it back. We've also gotten some people who invite us as a guest to collaborate on their wish list. That is not the correct link because what that does is it grants us access to manipulate your wish list. And this is a link that we will be giving out to possible sponsors. So we don't want to give them a list or a link that they can actually like manipulate and add things and remove things from. You'll want to give them just the Amazon wish list link that you have for sharing. The share link is the one that you give out. And we do send out email tutorial guidelines on how to find that link. And again, that information is under the Make a Wish tab on autismwish.org. At the bottom of the page, we have kind of like an FAQ that will show you some more information on how to find that. So again, we need a wish list link, not a registry link. Now, we also added this to the bottom of the page just to confirm that you're meeting all the steps and requirements. So before you get to the submission page, you have to basically check off these buttons and make sure that, yes, you have added shipping address to your Amazon wish list. We have received some wish lists where the person does not add the shipping address information. So if somebody wants to purchase something for your child, they have no way of sending it to you because you haven't added a shipping address. So make sure that you have shipping address on there. Another thing that you might want to do is there's like a little checkbox when you add that address that says accept third party shipments essentially. So if you have items on your Amazon wish list that are not specifically from Amazon, it might be like a third party supplier. You'll have to check that box off so that other people can ship you stuff from there. Otherwise, Amazon will only let them ship you stuff exclusively from Amazon. The other one here is the justification comments. This is another thing that we do add information on the website on how to do. And so what it is when you have your wish list, each item, there's a little box to the right of it that you can click on, this a link actually that says add comments. When you click on that link, it'll pop up a window and it'll let you type comments in. And then when you save that, it'll show a comment next to each item. Those comments for each item will let us know why you need the item. So if it's a sensory need, if it's a special interest, if it's for fine motor skills, if it's for physical therapy, whatever it may be, we need those comments there to justify why each item is being requested, which again helps us with our sponsors because often when they're looking at your wish list, they're trying to find out like what would be the most helpful item for your child. And these comments help them do that. So that is something that we need y'all to take care of as well. The other thing is having at least 3 items that are added to the wish list that are priced at $20 and below. We oftentimes get people who might list like 1 or 2 and then they forget to add the third. We just need 3 on there. So make sure you have the 3. And then this again is a verification that your wish list link is correct. So making sure that it is actually ending with this REF share and it is in fact a wish list link and not a registry link. Again, we recommend you test it with somebody. Just click on the link and see if it brings you to that wish list because sometimes it will not bring you to it. So here I'm just going to do like some dummy information to move on to the next page. Now, at the very end, what we do is we just ask you to let us know how you found us. This is actually really helpful information if you let us know where you heard from us because we are able to get a better idea of our demographic and who we're reaching, and that helps us know like where we should kind of like target our resources towards. Then you'll have to, of course, read through this and make sure that you agree with the terms that we've listed here. This is basically saying that, you verify that you are the parent of this child, that you have to require proof of the autism diagnosis, and that you're okay with providing us the information that we are asking you essentially. And also that you can request to have your child's application deleted at any point in time if you would like. So you can just send us an email, info@autismwish.org, and we will remove you from that list if you request it. So then you just click that you understand and agree. If you're interested in getting a copy of this, you just select this button down here and you'll get a copy of your answers. Otherwise, it defaults to unselected, and then you just click submit, and that's it. I'll go ahead and do that just to show you, even though this is all fake data. So once you submit, you'll get this confirmation. It says, thank you for submitting. We do follow up on your application. It says it'll take approximately 1 to 2 weeks. We basically try to build in 1 to 2 weeks because as we get busier in our lives outside of Autism Wish, we sometimes can't get to it on time if it was a quicker turnaround, but we tend to get it done and processed much sooner. It's just not guaranteed. So we're just putting in 1 to 2 weeks just to as a coverall. And then at that time, we just ask you guys to really pay attention to your inboxes because we will often be reaching out to you if we feel like there's some stuff in your applications that's either incomplete, or maybe we have some questions about something, or we need you to give us like a wish list link. We'll be reaching out to you in the email that you provide in that form. So it's very important that the email you provide is actually accurate and not typoed, because if you typo that email, we have no way of communicating with you. So if something's wrong with your application, we won't be able to tell you. And if your child's selected, we won't be able to tell you. So make sure that your email address is accurate and that you are paying attention to your inbox during this time. Again, we basically just reiterate that we will do everything that we can to match your child, but there are no promises because it depends on how many sponsors we get every year. But we will basically be closing applications on November 1st, and then we will be using all of the month of November to essentially go out there and try to find sponsor matches for all the kiddos on the lists. Now, this deadline can change year to year. So if you're listening to this video in the future from when this was made, that deadline may have changed. So make sure you're subscribed to the mailing list to have the most updated information, or follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Autism Wish, and we will always post the most updated information on there. If you feel like you made a mistake during your application process, you also have the ability here to edit your response. So you can edit and update it. Or if you have more than one child, you can also submit another response, because we do require different application for each child. So again, that is how you would go ahead and do this application process. The biggest problem that we've had so far has been essentially incomplete applications where some of the information is missing. Oftentimes it's something as little as you forgot to add the comments to your gifts, or you might have given us a registry link instead of a wish list link, just little things like that. So just make sure that you're really going down that list of requirements and ticking off all those boxes. And please do not tick them off on the referral form if you haven't actually completed them. Those boxes are there to confirm those steps. So make sure you actually do them before you check those boxes off. Again, if you have any questions on this, we are available at info@autismwish.org. Just give us a couple days to respond because we're handling hundreds of these at a time and we are a very small team. So thank you for listening, and we wish you the best of luck.